All right, it is a little after 10 o'clock at night. We're getting the Jeep loaded up for another late night search and rescue mission here, way out in the eastern desert. Pretty deep out there, actually, so just getting some last minute gear loaded up, getting fueled up, got the fuel pump running there, filling the Jeep. So I live way out east of town, out in the desert. This call is way off out to the east, where there's no fuel stations anywhere in between, so we have to make sure we have everything filled up before we go. I was doing some wiring replacement on the Jeep earlier today, so just checking everything over, make sure it's all good to go, testing all the lights, everything seems good. We've got all the recovery gear loaded. We got to figure out how to strap this gas can to the back because they've been stuck out there for so long that they're now also out of gas. So we got to bring them fuel too. So we'll get that thrown on there. I think we're all good to go other than that, and we'll get going. All right, we are fueled up. Got our extra gas for the customer on here, so off we go. All right, so we're headed out into some pretty remote and rugged territory. We're actually gonna head out completely through the Oregon Badlands wilderness and into the southern end of the Ochoco mountains on the other side of it. And I guess the customer's been stuck there all day to the point where they're now out of gas. They've been stuck so long. And then they finally hiked enough to get some phone service, called me. They're okay, they're not in any danger, they have water, they'd make it through the night just fine if they had to. That's why I'm going and not actual search and rescue. Sounds like they got kind of off the edge of the road a little bit and are stuck in the silt beds out there, because there's some nasty silt out that way. So I've got a full load of gear for me, everything I should need to get the customer out, and we're gonna take a drive through the desert in the middle of the night. Okay, we're out on the dirt road, so we got another hour and a half or so to go, and yeah, we won't be seeing any more pavement for a long time tonight. Alright, you know you're in the middle of nowhere when the dirt roads are smooth, because that means it's so far out that nobody drives on them. Alright, smooth roads are over and we are definitely back into some much more rugged territory. We're heading over some of the foothills between the Badlands side and getting over into the silt bed sides at the base of the Ochocos. Definitely being this remote out in the middle of nowhere, you should have two vehicles at least together. Clearly they did not, and clearly I do not either, so just hopefully this all goes good. Okay, got another intersection here, this third or fourth one, whatever. Stop to get out and look at tracks. These look like the freshest set of tracks heading out that way, but that also looks like a pickup or a Jeep or something, and we're looking for like a Pontiac SUV thing. And if you look, this much more kind of street-friendly type of track, probably more the idea what we're looking for than those, even though those look fresher. But I also know these people have been out here all day, so it could be someone went out this way and came back, because there's multiple duplicates of the same track. But this one here, a little more all-terrain type of track, I would guess is more what we're looking for. So these tracks are fresher, but we're going to take this road. Now, it is something I ask people to do if they can, is take a picture of their tires and send to me, because I can then match up the track with the tracks on the ground and know for sure I'm following the right set. Or at least try to have them tell me like what kind of car they're driving, so I know like a Pontiac Sunfire, I think they said, whatever it is not going to have big mud terrain tires on it like those tracks heading off the other way. So that's not the tracks we're looking for. It's going to have an all-terrain tire at most, which is what's out this way more. So people think I'm crazy when I ask them to send me a picture of their tires before I head on a recovery, but there's a reason for it. And I wish there was some way to convey like how in the middle of nowhere we are right now, but we are deep in the middle of nowhere. All right, we got to a range gate here. We opened it up so we can go through. We'll close it back behind us. This is all open range cattle land, so you run into gates to keep cattle separated out here. But if you look down, here's my tracks. Here's what I'm guessing are Pontiac tracks. This gives me a lot of hope. always shut the gate. Not the most secure gate in the world, but it's shut. Alright, seems like we're dropping down into a canyon now. It's hard to tell, everything's so dark, but definitely losing a lot of elevation very quickly right here. Oh yeah, it gets kind of steep. Oh, look at that! Well, I guess it should not be a surprise that the steep spot is where they're stuck. Okay. So just didn't make it back up the hill.
Yeah, well, we made it up to there and then back down, tried it a couple times, and they just were getting worse and worse.
Okay, so then I got everything we need for that. So we'll get you filled up with gas first.
Well, there's some gas in it.
Oh, so you think you got enough gas to get to the top, you just don't have enough gas to get out of here.
Gas we have because my gas gauge doesn't work.
And then she got a thing that says it's got so many miles left in it.
Okay, well, if it'll run and all that drive now, let's get it up to the top to the flat ground, and then we'll work on getting gas in it. So
it's a silt I can't get through.
yeah, this is soft powder. I'll turn around, hook onto you, and we'll tow you all the way up to the top.
Okay, he's gonna drive.
Okay.
He's better at that.
It was bad too, going all the way down there like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, how far down does this go before it levels out?
we tried
Well,
full rolling
it's
all the
just
way
up and
back,
down all the way.
and we got stuck right here.
There's one spot up there, you go up over the top, and you can't see the road on the other side.
Once we get right here, we get stuck.
Well, yeah, this hill turns to silt really bad right here. It looks like you made it up a ways and slid back down, so.
Yeah.
I'll get some rigging out, get hooked up to you, and then I'll get spun around and.
See where I can hook it to.
Yeah, I'll grab the A-arms with some soft shackles. Okay, so we are gonna need a Yankum rope, a couple soft shackles for their end, and a Harbor Freight tree saver as a bridle. Let's see what I can put you over here. Oh yeah, we can grab, we're good. Okay, that one's a little tighter, but we'll get it. Alright, we're hooked up. So I'm gonna spin that one around and hook to the back of it, and then pull it up out of here.
That looks like it could go anywhere. That's probably good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna 4 low, start pulling you up the hill. You'll fire it up, put it in gear, and help. You don't want to be spinning the tires.
Yeah,
just help, and you don't want the rope to go slack either.
Yeah.
So, but this rope, since it's like a bungee, if it gets a little slack and you let off, so that you don't run it over, it's not gonna shock load and jerk you. It'll be nice and smooth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just try
I've towed lots of cars.
Perfect. Yeah, just try to keep tension on the rope and then help what you can without spinning. All right, you ready? We're just gonna keep pulling them all the way up till we get on the flat up top. There's a few other soft spots out here. Should be good there. Backup light now. All right. Do you want to go ahead and pull forward some? I'll pull the rope up.
Okay, I can pull forward now.
Yeah.
Actually, this thing's surprised you. The workload that it does.
That's good. All right, let's get it unhooked. Hard top, so much better.
No, this isn't much, but
You don't have to pay me money. Like I told you, this is totally free. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, you don't owe me a thing for this.
well, no, I want to do something in return because it's only right.
But if we just back and forth, then it stops right there. If you do something for the next person, and then they do something for the next person, it keeps going. Yep, exactly. So do that. That'll be your payment to me.
Are there bears up here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Don't worry about the bears though. The bears are no problem.
What do we have to worry about?
Mountain lions.
Yeah, cougars.
Mountain lions. Okay.
Those are the ones you don't want to.
How many do you have up here?
3. There's no.
Oh, he
You don't know how many there are.
He knows about. Yeah, he's been here probably a long time.
Well, it's out in the wild, Trish. You don't know how many there are.
Actually,
out
what?
Jeez.
That's okay. If we need to camp, we have a DVD player in the van.
There you go. She'd be stuck, but in comfort.
It looks like it's a hell basket, but it's
it's pretty dirty
really
now.
nice, actually. It really is. All right.
I know, I'm thinking.
That's plenty to get you into town.
Right on. You're amazing.
I wonder if how late they're open. Are there some that are open 24?
The Chevron in Bend. The Chevron in Bend is open 24 hours a day. I'll pull off the side right here. You guys go ahead of me, and then I'll follow you out. All right, back in the Jeep with all the moss, because I have dome lights now that I have a hard top, so that's handy. Okay, we're gonna pull off to the side here and let them, make sure you get started up, go up ahead of us, and then we'll follow them out to make sure they make it out of here. Now we're gonna follow them the rest of the way out of here. Probably hour and a half on dirt roads, and then 2 hours total to get me back home. They've got closer to 2.5 hours to get into town, so I brought them 10 gallons of gas, but it's not that it's a lot of miles, it's just, it's a lot of slow going like this. So they should make it just fine. Alright, we followed them all the way back to the pavement, to the intersection to head to town. I made it no problem. It is now 2:22 in the morning. We are finally pulling back in the shop. So that was way out there, way out in the middle of nowhere. Not where you'd expect to find a minivan, but who am I to judge? Got out there, they just spun out in the silt going up a hill and slid backwards and got a little cross step. So I hooked onto it with the Yankum rope, pulled them to the top. And I guess they were stuck there most all the day trying to get out, so they weren't sure if they still had enough gas to get all the way into town. So brought them out some extra gas, and all was good after that. We drove on out of there, made sure they made it no problem. Now I'm home, I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.